Hello and welcome back to my channel. So for today's look, we'll be doing some full glam on my partner Nadia. So we are starting off with some Josie Maran facial wipes, and I'm just doing that to refresh her face a little bit. Next we'll be going in with some Mario Basecco facial spray with aloe vera and rose water. So that is just a nice hydrating spray. And next we'll be going in with the Napoleon Perdis face renewal serum, and I'm just going to be putting that on all over her face. Next we have the Too Faced Hangover Primer, and this is very nice and light, and it is moisturising, so it is a beautiful primer, and if you have sort of dry skin, I would definitely recommend it. Next we have the Urban Decay Eyeshadow Primer, and this is definitely one of my favourites. I feel like this literally keeps your eyeshadow and liner in place all day and night. Next we have the Too Faced Prime and Poreless Powder, and I usually like to focus this in the T-zone, sort of kind of the pore area as well. I have massive pores, so I usually take a beauty blender and sort of shove as much product in my pores as I possibly can. And next we have the Born This Way foundation. This is definitely one of my favourite foundations, goes on very nicely with the beauty blender. This particular shade was a little bit too dark for Nadia, so I added a little bit of my shade to it. Definitely should have mixed them beforehand or done some kind of a swatch test beforehand. Would have ended up with a better result, but nonetheless we got there in the end. And now I'm going in with my Beauty Sponge by Model Rock. These are definitely my favourite sponges. I feel like this has lasted me so long. It is just amazing, honestly, and it's a pretty good price point as well. I think they're $16.95 each. I got mine in a pack of 3. I don't remember how much it was though, but in a pack of 3 usually it'll save you a little bit more money. Spraying a little bit more Mario Basecco just for a little bit more hydration. Why not? Next up we have the Naked Skin by Urban Decay, and I'm popping that right under her eyes. I actually find that this is a really nice shade for her, but apparently not. So I did this video quite a while ago. Now I feel like this shade is perfect, but I'm actually going in with something lighter. I used to love this product, but if I was to do this in today's time, I think I did this video a year ago, but if I was to do this today, I would totally not go in with that yellow, and I would just leave her skin looking more natural. But there you go. This NYX product was actually amazing, and it went a long way. I wonder where it is. Surely I didn't use the whole thing up, but this is really brightening if you want that. I am not into that really anymore, but yeah, whatever. Nadia's skin's actually pretty good, so she didn't really need it. She had kind of a little bit of dark circles, but whatever. I'm putting so much on as well, so yeah, wow, okay. So there you go. So I have put that basically everywhere at the high points of her face. She probably doesn't need that much at all. That's quite a bit. Hopefully I blend that right out. So, I'm going back with the Urban Decay concealer on top to neutralise that a little bit more. And now I'm going back in with the beauty sponge I should say, by Model Rock to blend that right out seamlessly, hopefully. Next up we have the Natio translucent powder, which I really still love. So first off, you don't want any creases before you start to bake. I don't bake that much anymore, but it is still a really nice finish. This powder is beautiful all over the face as well.
Holy shit.
Oh yes. One time. Okay, time for eyes. So I'm going in with the Morphe 35O, I believe it is. I haven't used it for so long. So first up I'm going to use a very sheer light colour just as a base, I guess you could call it, so that the next shades, the transition and whatnot, can go over evenly. I believe in this video I don't actually show you exactly what colours I'm using. Unfortunately, I'm sorry, my bad. This palette does have a lot of bronzes, light browns, cool browns, deep browns, warm browns, bright oranges, like one bright orange and some burnt reds. So that is basically what I'll be putting on Nadia because it goes really nicely with her skin tone. So first up, I'm just using a nice transition shade, which on her would be more like a nice warm brown, I think I would probably guess. So just building that transition up slightly and lightly so that I don't use too much product because then it's really hard to blend away. And then I'm just sort of buffing out and lightly flicking out those edges so that it's not too harsh. So I've slowly built up the transition shade with nice browns, lightly building it up because otherwise if you put too much colour down it's hard to blend away. Now I'm going in with a nice red. This is sort of like a sunburnt red in the palette and I'm just sort of lightly putting that through her crease just to build up a little bit more colour, which goes really nice with her skin tone. Here I'm taking a deeper brown to really deepen out that nice outer edge. Next up is the Napoleon Purtis The One Concealer. This is a really nice thick consistency. And I'm taking on the centre of the eye, which will be a great base for some shimmer to make it really pop. Followed by a brush just to buff that right out and not make it so thick and just shear out the edges a little bit. Next up we have the shimmer. So we have decided to go with a nice bronzy, slightly goldy but mostly reddy shimmer, sort of so it blends in with the rest of the makeup look, so it's not too outrageous. Okay, time to take away that bake. I like to take a dense brush. These brushes are from Simple Glam Girls and they are the, I don't know if they really have a name, but they're like the artiste brushes, very dense and quite luxurious. So now I'm just going to go back in and put a slightly darker shade in the outer corner. Usually after you do a bit more makeup you realise that some of the shadow has gone or it's just not dark enough once you put like more base on. So just going with a darker shade, looks like it's a cool toned brown. And I think we're going on to bronzer. This is the Camera Finish Powder Foundation by Napoleon Purtis. This is just, you know, your average finishing powder, but I really like this as a bronzer. And that is what I'm using on Nadia. I find that it really blends nicely with the skin. Contouring the nose with the same product using a Glam crease brush. Going now in with the Too Faced Universal Brow product. I think this is called Bulletproof Brows. And just getting them ready. This actually came with this brush, which I use every day to this day. It's really handy. So just slightly feathering in that product into Nadia's brows. Time for some eyeliner. This is the Australis Blackest Black eyeliner. It's extremely creamy. Still use that. That might even be the same pencil. Wow. Yeah, so I love this stuff. Blends so effortlessly. God damn it. Time for some blush. So this is the Too Faced Love Flush Baby Love. Love this stuff. Love, love, love. It is a very flattering and fresh, and it goes on a lot of skin tones and types. So, and it smells, what does it smell like? Oh, it doesn't really smell like much actually. It just smells like normal makeup. More Mare Prosecco, that just helps to melt all the powders all together and really seep into the skin. So it's good throughout the makeup application just to use it every now and again, usually before your eye makeup because sometimes it can smear. See? So just going into the lower lash line, just pretty much using the exact same shades as I did for the top and keeping it fairly dark on the outer edge, then working my way in and going lighter. Just going in with some nice highlight for the brow bone and the inner eye. Now time for some mascara. So this is the Australis Mega Lash. Love this stuff. It doesn't really volumize, that word, but it lengthens and separates and it's awesome. It's really hard to get off as well, so you have to be careful with that. Kind of smears everywhere. But I do love this stuff and it is nice and cheap. Now we're going to do a funny thing in this. There we go.
Okay.
And yes, we got some mascara on the cheek. God damn it. Especially this stuff, because this stuff is really smudge proof. It's hard to get off. But if you allow enough time for it to dry, you can just flick off with a spoolie. Now it is time to highlight. So with this product, it isn't really a highlighting product. It's more for an all-over glow, a light all-over glow. So I found it really hard with this product because it didn't really perform as good as I wanted, especially for an expensive product. But it's for an all-over illuminator, not a cheekbone highlighter, really. But I mean, it all depends on how you can use it to your advantage. But for me, it's definitely an all-over glow, that's for sure. And next up we have lips. So this is the Model Rock. I used to absolutely love this one. What is this? What is this called? Born This Way. Love this. It's more like a mauve on me now, but I used to absolutely love this matte lipstick. I'm not really into matte lipsticks anymore. They're way too drying, but whatever. This is so nice. This used to blend in so nice. It used to be a really nice nude colour. Beautiful. Okay, so next up we're gonna just put on some lower lash mascara on the lower lashes. This is probably the wand for that. It's way too big, so I suggest a nice smaller lash wand for your lower lashes, but it depends on how careful you are. And going in with some eyeliner on the bottom inner, far out, what is it called? The waterline. Going in with the Australis that kind of stays on all day. I love that stuff so much. Oh, and some more shimmer. I'm probably using like a topper, probably like the inner highlight and the brow highlight that I'm using on the center there, just to give it a little bit more, just a little bit more something something, you know. Thank you so much for watching my video. I am supposed to be spraying on some Irma Decay all-nighter, but I'm not going to do it, so my bad. Please subscribe to my channel and please like this video if you liked it. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one.